YouTube fam, what is good? Welcome back to another episode of Marvin's Room. Thank you guys, as always, for joining me. And to the new subscribers, welcome to the channel. Missed you guys. I know it's been a couple of weeks since I made a video. I've been working a lot on my real estate stuff. So if you guys would like to, you can head over to my real estate channel. Check out some of the stuff that's been going on. I'll leave the link in the description below. But wanted to hop back on here today, man, and make this video to talk to you guys about a question that I received a while back from one of the viewers in reference to a couple of things. And one of those things was in reference to third-party overload. You know what I mean? Like, why does the LOA community make third-party situations bigger than they actually are? Why do we always talk about third-party situations? Third-party situations don't seem to manifest until, people talk about it, etc., etc. So there's a myriad of things that, we could get into when discussing third parties. So I wanted to address that first. And then the second point that I wanted to address was self-concept in regards to a specific person. Because this person had also asked a question on, why would I want, or why would anybody want a person back that no longer chooses them? You know what I mean? So I wanted to kind of touch base on these two things in today's video. So thank you guys, as always, for tuning in and subscribing. Hopefully you get some gems from today's video. But so yeah, so let's talk about the third-party overload information first off. I think what is extremely important, a lot of people have to understand and realize, is everybody in this LOA group, not even just LOA, just everybody in life. Okay, there's no one size fits all advice to anything in life. And I've said this in other videos in the past. And everybody is on a different part of their manifestation journey. So everybody isn't on the level that, you may be or myself may be when it comes to manifesting certain things in life. You know what I mean? And so that's something we got to remember to take into consideration when it comes to third parties. In your mind, whoever's watching this video, if you would like to consider yourself somewhat intermediate or advanced on something specific, in your mind, you might feel like, okay, well, I don't need to have any videos about third parties are not my awareness. I don't need any coaching, or I don't need anything, because third parties is just not something that's in my awareness. I don't track that. I don't believe in that, etc. But understand, there's somebody that has never known about law of attraction. They don't know that their thoughts create their reality, their words create their reality, their feelings create their reality. There's people out there that are new to this. You know what I mean? They're not true to this like us. You know what I mean? So understand, they may be coming in watching these videos. A lot of people actually are coming in watching these videos for the first time on third parties, and they're not realizing, like, oh wow, I created the third party. They don't know that. They don't know they're the reason. They have a big reason in manifesting whatever the situation that was that attracted that third party in there. So these third party videos have a place in law of attraction, even though some people may say, oh no, you don't need to give it awareness. Oh no, you don't need to talk about it. Understand, everything has its place. Understand, everything has its purpose. It may not be purposeful to you, but it's definitely purposeful to somebody who's new coming into this law of attraction game, not knowing the laws, not knowing where they messed up and how they created their reality. So I think this is a big reason why third parties are a big deal, is because so many people in this world have manifested third parties and they don't know why they did it or how they did it. So they come seeking advice, seeking answers on how they can undo the third party situations. And they think that if they can undo the third party situation, that they can attract whoever, their specific person is back into their lives, etc., etc., whatever their end goal may be. They think, okay, if I watch this video on third parties, maybe this video can help me with, a third party situation, or how I perceive the third party situation, because I made a third party video a couple years ago, which is one of my best videos. And so many people have told me the video that I made on the third parties, and I can link that video at the end of this video or in the description below. So many people have told me, yo, Marv, this video, your third party video, was the truth. Like, you really changed my whole perspective when it comes to looking at third parties. And that's why third party videos are needed. We need to talk about it. We can't not ignore third party videos just because law of assumption or other coaches or whoever tells you, oh, ignore your reality, ignore your reality. I'm not one of those coaches that believes in, oh, you have to ignore your reality. You know what I mean? In a sense, they're right. But like I said in the beginning of this video, advice is no one size fits all. Everybody is going through different things in life. Everybody's at a different point. So understand, like, when you hear advice from people, understand it worked out for them that way. For you, it may not work out that way. You might have to take bits and pieces of their advice and apply it to your life, but the full advice that they're giving you, you may not have to take that. You may have to take it and do it in a different way. You may have traumas and stuff that you've gone through in your life that you have to get over in a different manner than they did. You know what I mean? Everything has its place. So these third-party videos are 100% relevant when it comes to helping people heal and dealing with stuff potentially. Because like I said, I have proof and evidence of the third-party video that I put out explaining and helping people, get through their third-party situations, and people that I've coached with and worked with. And people have told me, like I said, that my third-party video was super powerful and worked wonders. So understand, it has third-party videos do have its place. For you, it might not be your place, but for other people, they 100% need that guidance to know, okay, how can I navigate this third-party situation? How can I potentially get rid of a third party or get rid of the feelings that I have about a third party? People need this help. And that's why people like myself and others are making videos talking about third party, because it has its place. And that's why it's such a popular thing. And I don't think that that will harm a person's manifestation continuing to watch third-party videos or do anything like that. I don't think that will harm a person's manifestations. I think it will help them potentially see a new light, see a new way to get out of, how they see the third-party situation and what's going on. But this also leads me to the second part of this viewer's question, when the viewer had mentioned, your self-concept and what about, why would you desire a person that no longer is choosing you? And what happens with that? Kind of like the dichotomy, I guess, between, if your self-concept is where it's supposed to be, why would you desire somebody who no longer wants you? You know what I mean? Or what happens when your self-concept changes and you no longer desire your specific person the way that you want to? And so let's tackle this in a couple different ways. You know what I mean? You got to ask yourself this question. Why do you want your specific person? Do you want your specific person because of your ego? Is it your ego telling you that you want to manifest your SP back? Or is it really like your real spirit, your higher self? You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times, and I think I made videos in the past talking about this, a lot of you guys make decisions based on your ego. And understand, when you elevate past your ego, the desires that you once wanted, you will no longer want those desires anymore. You will no longer want, potentially your specific person once your self-concept changes. And that's okay, but that scares a lot of people when they hear that. They're like, man, like, you put so much time and energy, so much visualization, so much work into healing because you think that's the person that you want. But that's the person that you wanted when you were down here. When you're up here, you may no longer want that person. Now, even when you get up here, you may still desire that person. Everybody's different. Again, like I told you in the beginning of this video, there is no one size fits all to manifesting anything in life. You know what I mean? There is no one size advice fits all to pretty much majority of the things in life that people will tell you. People will try to make it seem like, oh, this is the only way. This is the only way. No, that's not the only way. There's over 7 billion people on earth. You know what I mean? There's no one path to get to whatever it is that you want to get to. There's multiple paths. There's a shitload of paths that you can take to get to the same end result. You know what I mean? It's up to you to choose which path you want to take, though. Some could be easier, some could be harder. But understand, the person you were down here, when you were on a low vibrational frequency, those desires and manifestations that you wanted, when you change and elevate your self-concept to knowing who you really are, who you truly are, to up here, those desires a lot of times don't come with you. Those desires stay down here because you're no longer the person you were when you were down here. So be prepared. A lot of times people, when they heal and they get right, whether they go through therapy, whether they, work with a LOA person or whatever the case may be, their desires change. You know what I mean? They no longer want what they thought they wanted because their self-concept is so high And I have experience in working with a lot of people. I have experience even in my own personal situations in my own life, but even me working with other people, I've helped people get to such a point, and I'm very grateful for it. They get to such a point to where they're like, oh man, I no longer desire what I wanted before. I no longer want the old person that I thought I wanted, the person I thought I couldn't breathe without, couldn't live without. I no longer want that person. I literally just had a conversation yesterday with somebody that I work with one-on-one, who I'm getting ready to do an interview with you guys on my channel, so stay tuned for that. But she literally manifested a new SP, and is like super in love with him. And this person even got their name tattooed on them and everything, the whole 9 yards. And she got married back some months back this year in 2022. And she contacted me yesterday, so I'm getting ready to bring that interview to you guys. But I want you guys to understand, that's the power of when you elevate, when your self-concept changes and you no longer want what you think you wanted. Because a lot of you guys think you want certain things. You think you want your SP. You think you want, this job over here. You think you want that money or whatever the case may be. But you really don't know what you want and who you are until your self-concept, until you really figure out who you want to be, until your self-concept is up here. Because who you were down here does not match the person that you were going to become. And I can promise you, those desires will change. Those desires 100% will change. And certain things just will not resonate with you anymore. The toxicity will not resonate with you anymore. The desperation will not resonate with you anymore. The yearning, will not resonate with you anymore. You will take your power back and understand how important, how irreplaceable you really are. And what's going to happen is most likely you're going to start to attract everything. You're going to start to attract good people and bad people. But it's up to you to determine who gets access to your energy or not. Because when you elevate, everybody wants a piece of you. A lot of times when you walk in that glow, when you walk in that power, everybody's going to want a piece of you. And exes will start hitting you up. You know what I mean? Random people will start hitting you up. You know what I mean? Whatever the case may be. And it's up to you to choose, okay, this is what the new version of me would choose. The old version of me would choose that over there, but the new version of me would choose this over here. And so it's going to be up to you to choose what you accept, what you say yes to, or what you say no to. You know what I mean? It always seems to happen this way. So it's up to you to decipher, what your path is going to be, who you're going to accept back into your life. If your SP still resonates with you when you're up here healed, well, and brand new, or is that your ego? Is your ego telling you, is your ego still making the decisions from you? Don't let your ego get you in trouble, because this happens a lot of times with a lot of people. Your ego is making the decisions for you, not your true higher self. All right, guys, I just wanted to hop on here today and make this video. You know what I mean? It's been a minute. Glad you guys are back rocking with me. Yours truly, Marv's Room. Once again, see y'all in the next one.